limbo.
In ignorance, really.
It's a state of limbo because.
So behind the scenes, people can manipulate all of it.
Exactly. You've got the mortgage on one side, you've got your relationship with your family, and then your work. So you're caught in a web of self-deception. That if I keep my boss happy, I'll keep my wife happy. If I keep my wife happy, I can be happy myself, go to work, do a job, and get paid on the mortgage.
Yeah. I watch TV and go to a football match occasionally, and don't have really very good time actually, to be quite honest. At that level, I'm scared of everything.
Old bosses.
I'm scared of the hippies. I'm scared of them. I'm scared of everything. I react to everything because anything could upset my boat.
Yeah.
Most people are very.
They're very vulnerable, and they don't see their own.
Especially to criticism.
Get used to it.
You can do it with jokes, though. Yeah. That's what satire does, isn't it? I mean, that's what breaks through. The court jester comes from the court jester, doesn't it? You can use humour, and you can make some really strong points, like Carlin and Bill Hicks and all of that.
I used to love Bill Hicks.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's worth watching, isn't he? I've watched every one of them. Not more than once.
But yeah.
I've watched every one.
For me, it was Life of Brian. I used to watch that film.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Me, but my really the first one I really liked was the Blues Brothers. Did you see that?
Yeah,
Dan
I love that. Yeah.
John Belushi.
It's a great couple of hours,
It's a great movie, man. I think I've watched that maybe 10 times in my life. More than I've watched any other movie.
I've had the soundtrack on that on tape as a kid, and that used to be my favourite tape.
Right, isn't it a good bunch of songs, man? They're good songs, aren't they? All of them good songs, Aretha Franklin, and, every one of them great songs, man. And James Brown in the church,
when they started going on the trampolines and the choir, or whatever.
In the church. That's great, man. Fantastic.
He does the flip.
Yeah. And Rawhide.
Yeah.
When those bottles are being thrown, and the good old boys are supposed to be playing, but they do Rawhide and
glue this accelerator or something.
The bottles.
Come on, you don't know country,
Rawhide. And they go Limbo. Do you know that bit of film?
Which one?
It's from the Blues Brothers.
Oh right, yeah.
John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd.
That's it, yeah.
And they take over from this band that's supposed to be playing. They're all wearing black, hats and guitars, and all the people in the saloon start throwing bottles at them.
Oh yeah, that's it.
And they start playing Rawhide, right? And Rawhide is really winds them all up, Rawhide, roll them, and the whole audience is throwing bottles at the stage. But in front of the stage is all this glass, this wire mesh, because that's the way of appreciating the band in this saloon. And this, you're going to get showered with bottles, so they've got this thing, and everyone's Rawhide.
And then the real band turn up.
Yeah, that's right. But something's happened. They've done something like.
They drank so much that the barman more than they were getting paid. They thought the beer was free, so they were all loading up on the beer,
Anyway, that was a funny movie. That was a seriously good movie at the time. But I don't know now. I think I'd like it again. I'd like to watch it again one day.
Oh, fantastic time, I said I'm having a fantastic time here today.
Good.
I'm glad you're here, Magic, to make this place a piece of paradise.
Well, I kind of haven't done anything. It's like a bit of a hands-off thing.
It's you. It's the person. Not
my girlfriend used to get cross with me because I'm never actually doing anything. I'm just kind of looking after it, really. Trying to look after it. And put a few things here and there. There's some nice potatoes over there. Can you see them? With all the white flowers over there.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's a nice potato patch there, man. And there's more potatoes there. And then there's a greenhouse full of stuff down there you can't see there.
I've got a brilliant idea. Why don't we go for a walk around the land, editate the camera, and you tell us a funny story attached to each and every patch.
Oh, no. Too much pressure. Like, you should have electric
No, I
wheelchairs or
don't
something.
perform, man. I don't perform. I just do what I do. No. Well,
No.
yeah, you could ask me. You could ask me things. But mainly, I don't feel quite serious enough yet.
Mm.
I won't get serious about it or not.
Like I said,
You
if
get
I
snow up
had
here,
the
yeah.
money tomorrow, I would.
I
put-
showed you
put
that
it
last
into
night,
this
didn't
place.
I?
Uh-huh.
This is what I've been looking for all my life. I think
You're kidding, really?
all my life, just to feel free in nature.
Oh, but there's an awful lot of if you want to, there's a bit of grass in here. This is the end of my supply. But it's quite nice to stop at the bottom.
Get a miniature camera and sort of walk through it, and it'd be like a forest, isn't it?
What, down here?
Yeah, I think there's some seeds. I found a few seeds. I can give
Yeah.
you.
So there must be a bit of bud in there.
Mm.
If we gave you some seeds here, would that? How do you think they'd germinate and grow, or would they
Not
need
this
it?
time of year, unless they were lowrider.
I don't know what the
Yeah,
brand.
right.
I don't know what the brand of it was like. So.
No, these are particular autonomous flowering ones. They're automatic. You can
Remember
put them.
Steve Bradshaw a couple of
I
years
know
ago?
Steve. Yeah.
Steve Bradshaw got collared. He was growing a few plants out the front, but of course, as you go past and if you've got your windows wound down and the wind catches you, you can smell the bastard. So obviously someone went past, reported smelling it to the
No,
police.
they came round on an unrelated matter. The police. That's what happened. I was around at the time. They came on a driving offence thing, and they saw them. Silly bastard. Left him out in the open.
Mm.
Well, you couldn't see him from the road. It was only if you drove up.
Yeah, if you went to his house, I think they were out the front of his house somewhere. I don't think they were
I
properly
was,
hidden.
I was there in the garden.
Oh, were you? They weren't hidden, though, were they?
No, and when the wind caught you, you just got a
Ah,
lovely waft, and you said, "I'm in Jamaica."
Rastafari playing in the background, like distant sound of a Rastafari.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and Owen and loads of people around here last year got busted, man. Loads of people, man. They raided 4 houses just in this valley.
So you know that's a no-no for you. That's a no-no. Them seeds. If you were to, if you
They
were
came
to-
up here last year. They came up here last October.
Just
You
for a
didn't
look
find
around.
anything, man. They were tramping through here, and they were just giving what for.
What did they say about
I
the
shouted.
poppies? Aren't
I
illegal
shouted
to
at
grow
them.
though, are they?
What?
You're allowed to grow poppies.
Yeah.
They're completely legal.
Yeah.
Exactly, because they don't contain enough strength opiate to make a difference to
But they've never made growing poppies illegal at all.
They didn't, did they? Apart from in
And
that case.
why is it called the Poppy Appeal for this dead soldiers?
Because that Armistice Day,
Because poppies made the opium for the pain.
I guess that was so.
Mm.
I guess that was so.
And why the Red Cross? Why does that mean?
The Rosicrucians. It's a very ancient symbol, isn't it? Of dominator culture. It's the Rosicrucians.
You go there to save people. You're there to save people, and the cross is related to saving people. In this case, it's medically saving people.
But only from battle wounds.
Do you eat meat, Magic?
Hmm?
Do you eat meat? No. Okay.
I have been. I sometimes eat fish, occasionally, and I sometimes have chicken occasionally if I go out. I never buy it. I never bring it home. Never. Nobody up here ever has any, as far as I know.
We brought some up with us.
Some ribs?
Some spare
You're
ribs.
welcome to do what you
No,
want.
no. I mean,
Don't eat
We
We've
got,
got
we
other
got, we
food
got a
as
lot
well.
tinned mackerel as well, loads of that.
tinned mackerel.
It's nice.
That might be all right.
Yeah, it's lovely.
But they've still been cooked.
I'll
haven't they?
put it into a curry. No, it's I don't. You can have a
Yeah, got a
coconut,
stove and all in
coconut
the
curry
barn,
and the
like.
curry. It'd be lovely.
Whoa!
yeah, we got a coconut with us.
I got fresh tarragon. I've got fresh.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I've got several different types. I've got peppermint. I've got pineapple mint. I've got thyme and rosemary and
Well,
sage.
I am your Jamie Oliver for the
Onions
day. I am your mobile Jamie
Okay, well
Oliver.
you tell me what herbs you'd like, and I'll tell you if I've got them or not. Growing around.
We can do our own cooking shows at the Philip thing. This is the most.
That's
authentic-
shallots there. I just pulled up last night, and beans. And
Oh, wow.
There's runner beans and shallots there for a salad,
Wow.
for a curry sauce if you
Oh,
want.
lovely.
And
Lovely. And I've got coriander
Just-
as well.
coriander, and I've got onions out there and garlic.
Is coriander a tropical or Mediterranean plant?
It originated in Mediterranean, I think,
Mm.
but it's somewhere in that region. But it grows around here okay, and grow in the
Wow.
polydome easy, But I just didn't put much in this year. I got, I did have some earlier on.
When you say the polydome, that's that building there. isn't
No,
it?
it's to the right. They can't see it.
Oh, I see.
You haven't seen it.
We'll go down to have a look
Yeah.
at it. Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to have a look at it.
Well, I thought Owen would have been here by now, but let's go now before he comes. And if you can.
But he might have thought, he had plans to do something with the web or something. He was going to do something with the web because
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I said,
and then you said, we're making a film today. Well, you might have put him off accidentally.
I might have put him off altogether.
Because obviously the edit is specific.
He did. Yeah, I should have let him, but I mean, I wouldn't want him to bring him over here and then not do it because it'd be better that he knows that, and if he still doesn't want to come, that's fine. He'll come all the time.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Oh.
I don't care about anything. People just come about. And when they come, then it's always right because they just come all the time.
Yeah, perfect.
Do what you have to do.
Perfect.
But what I really like, I think, is a kind of I'm going back into the woof thing. I've been out of it for a while. Going back into it now.
Yeah, I told you I was on a woof. Where would you camp? Where is there a place for tents here?
Well, if you want to put a tent up, that's fine. But if you want a caravan, there's a caravan. If you want other forms of dwellings, there's other forms of dwellings.
So would when you've done it before, do people come and put?
Wherever there's a spare dwelling, that person will live.
Oh,
I move around. It's quite recent. I've been in this bus. I've been in every dwelling around here.
Wow.
I move around according to what I feel next.
You just move the fence. You just move house and you go, fuck
Yeah,
it.
without
You know
any
what? Today
takes
I'm
you-
gonna fucking move.
Yeah.
Get a rucksack and get out there.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going out into the big wide world. Oh, ding dong. Right?
But literally, the things you take are your toothbrush, your guitar, and your juicer.
Yeah.
And nothing else, because everything else is left behind by the last person in the other place. So you only take your singularly personal things. You leave all of the crockery and all of the everything else, the functionality of the place. You leave that behind, because sooner or later somebody coming along and goes. Lots of people would love to live in this bus, right? If I migrated out of this bus for a few months and went and lived over in the yurt, which I was intending to do, this bus would be free, so somebody could come and live in this bus for 3 or 4 months, and then they'd have to go back to somewhere. Arthur's coming here next week, and I've got a girl coming here with a child, Shisha, who is a very lovely friend of mine. I've taught her. And she's coming here with her baby. And then I'm going back to England, and my daughter's coming here. And so all summer long there's people coming and going.
Brilliant.
And I like that. But the woofers can do the donkey work, right? Like cutting the grass and like cleaning the weeds. Do the stuff I just haven't got time to get to. Things that I really want to get done, but I can't do because there's so many other more important things I have to do. I have to start doing all my turf now. I've got it cut. It's all cut, my turf. I just got to go and put it, take it out and put it. And that takes every day for like 3 days. I've got to be out there on the bog, stacking my turf. Huh? If you want your whole winter supply of turf for nothing, basically, yeah.
That's it, self-sufficient.
If you want to be paying a load of money to buy fuel all winter, like polished coal at 12 euros a bag, you've got to have 12 euros every 3 days or something to keep your fire going.
You wouldn't be able to afford to live.
Huh?
You wouldn't be able to afford to live.
Hardly. You get a heating allowance if you're on the dole here. You get 16 a week, which is not bad.
You have to make it last though. You can't just have a big burn one night. You have to be conservative with your supplies, obviously.
Yeah, I've spent long on
you're
terms
this
of
is
unemployment.
fine.
You're on rations.
I
I'm not
use
there.
about a bag a day. I just don't light it till after.
Is that made out of a boy, a sea boy?
Yeah, it is. It's a
Yeah.
boy.
Wow.
Is that a sea boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And when it gets hot, it radiates long after the fire's gone out.
Yeah, exactly. So
Big
you
thick steel,
you
like.
get the embers. You get the embers.
It's radiant heat. It radiates because it gets the actual metal gets really hot, and it's thick. It's about that thick.
Because the fire's only touching one hot portion of the thing, which is the hot plate, and then everything else radiates around it. So that becomes a warming thing where it's still touchable because you're not actually on the plate.
That's right. It doesn't. You can boil kettles on the top of it, which is nice. What I would like is the old Irish stovetop kettle, which is about that big, big handle.
My mum used
With
to
a
have
proper
one.
good bottom on it, because I've had them before, and the bottoms have always been rusting through or whatever. They look nice for show, but you can't put water in them because they rust through. You can't repair them really.
And they get burnt to fuck as well.
They do, man. But if you could find one that was undamaged, and just you can leave it on there, and it just keeps it like hot water all day long.
Exactly.
If you want it, or even it's cool.
Eddie's thinking,
This would be nice.
Eddie's
I can
thinking,
imagine you here in the winter with frost and a bit of snow, maybe on the mountain tops.
There's hardly any, man.
No, it's too far south. Yeah.
No, this is tropical down there. I mean, let's face it.
We had a bit of snow last winter, like one day.
You've got the Gulf Stream. Comes into Kenmare Bay. Did you know that the Gulf Stream comes into Kenmare Bay? It's why when you go to Bornator, Silver Strand, down near Cases Cove,
It's really warm.
you go in the water. It's like a bath.
Yeah, sometimes.
You go snorkeling in the tropical waters.
Yeah, it's subtropical. Yeah, that's where it hits first.
Yeah.
Off these three peninsulas.
Yeah.
Comes sweeping up now, poof. But it actually also hits Cornwall on its way. It sort of branches down that way and then swerves
And
back
that's
out
why
again.
you get,
it doesn't go up the English.
You get Mediterranean style weather in Cornwall.
Yeah,
on a
it doesn't
good
go
summer.
up the Irish Sea. I don't think it goes up through Wales and
Yeah.
that. I think it doesn't make it. It doesn't branch off there, but then it sort of hits Brittany, the coast of Brittany first. I think.
I'll tell you.
And then it comes up Brittany, hits Cornwall, and then swerves off and
You just give me a great idea for a road trip, me and you, in that Cornwall at some point.
Yeah.
Cornwall, he would love Cornwall because I've been there to St Ives and places, and the Eden Project's down there. We could take it to the Eden Project. It's an amazing little place, and it's warm. It's like sunny. It's almost
my
like
daughter
tropical.
lives there, man.
And you get a nice sea breeze as well, so it's perfect.
My
You can
daughter
breathe. You can actually breathe the air. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
It's like here. It's the same kind of thing.
yeah. It's
You
like
get the Atlantic winds.
You get the Atlantic winds coming over, and they refresh the lungs and turn your energy into positive energy. You know what I mean? To be in places like that. We were off the coast of the east coast there this time, and obviously it didn't feel like the west coast, did it? The west coast was completely different. But yeah, it was just nice to be in the environment outside of your regular urban environment.
Is that where you spend most of your time?
Yeah, Stoke Newton, Tottenham, bumming around there, doing lots of different things, or nothing at all, and you know.
Remember what you were saying to me the other night about what?
Were you what was your education? Where were you educated?
Middlesex University I went to.
Did you get a degree there?
Third World Studies, yeah.
In what?
Third World.
Third World Studies.
Yeah, exactly. That was my degree. And I spent time in Brazil and India just studying.
Shagging round them like getting into
Can you
trouble.
get work? Can you get work with that sort of thing now? I would have thought you could actually, because there's a lot of
There's
a lot of calls on
I know. I've been to the big ones, to Amnesty International.
Oh, Amnesty, Survival International.
Survival
They
International.
are fantastic, man.
I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it, but
They don't want people.
It's corporate. It's corporate as well. I mean, I don't fit into.
Is it bought and sold?
Well, I don't fit into the corporate model, basically.
No. But you know, they all started out non-corporate. Greenpeace started out around a coffee table, non-corporate, you know, and so did Sea Shepherd, and so did all the best environmental groups, you know, even like in America, some of the big ones, the John Muir Society, John Birch Society, all those people, they all started out very high idealistic, non-corporate, but they got taken over at some point, you know, most of them. World Wildlife Fund is a front, actually. It's a front for the New World Order.
Yeah, but this.
And they all become fronts for the New World Order.
But we're in a way corporate at the most micro level, in that this is a collective. Corporates of those magnitudes started as collectives of different artists and different people with similar ideas. And they developed along a sort of more ecologically balanced ethos.
Yeah, exactly.
Anita Roddick did the same, but she was right in the heart of the corporate jungle.
Do you understand global corporatism and how it's all working out, and how the elitists have gained the entire control over the world economy?
How much resources does 80% of it need? And they just keep wealth. They just own everything. Like
they own everything.
When you own everything, you don't lose anything. No, so if you go into Tesco's, you buy Nescafe or you buy Tesco's own brand, and they come from the same coffee fields. They come picked by the same hands, the same growers, but they're just packaged differently, and you pay more for the expensive one. So Tesco's don't lose out anyway. They win.
They win. And they make people totally dependent on them. They take all your details. You haven't got a Tesco Club card, dear. You get lots of savings. But we get to know everything about you.
What you
know,
buy,
your whole demography, your whole everything, all your.
I always take cash out. I never join.
I won't give them any information. I won't give anybody anything. But on the web, I've got a big presence because I go under different names and stuff.
The web's absolutely amazing.
I've only got a tiny presence. I've only got Facebook.
Can you remember what life was like before all this computer stuff? Like, you know.
Well, you people came and visited you, and they had a nice time talking.
Sat around the fire. Yeah.
But that was before television. When television came, that ruined all that. Yeah. Overnight, man. You go into a room when the television's on all day long. I know some people just leave it on, man, from morning till night. And you go in and try to talk to people, and their eyes are going over to TV, and everyone, exactly. Who's got the remote? You know, it's the most important thing in the family.
The royal family. Do you watch the royal family?
If you've got the remote in your hand, you're the boss. That's it.
God, that sounds like my childhood.
Packing
sounds like my childhood.
Sitting around the machine and packing order, like.
Absolutely.
And
instead of the television, you have the fire. But this isn't right, because you should be able to watch it. And that is a comforting, good energy-giving thing to watch. And it entertains the same part of the brain that wants something flickering to look at, which is the TV, you know, or something entertaining to look at. But this is entertaining because the fire creates imaginative, hallucinogenic things. If you stare at it long enough, you can actually go into trance. And the shamans used it to
as a hypnotic tool.
As a tool. And taking the essence of the fire and using that to cleanse the aura of the human being, and to keep out to increase the ability of the human to keep his what Castaneda calls your luminous egg, keep it all clean around you. So what's coming in and coming out of your luminous egg, which is what you're responsible for, you're just responsible for this energy field around you and me.
Yeah, the particles are vibrations of energy.
Keep that clean, keep it honest, keep it nice, keep it good, and then you can blend with every other one without causing any polarities, disenchantment. And
if I do get busy or something,
and that's your responsibility. That's the only thing you're responsible for, is this, to keep this bit good. So you learn how to do it. And what I learned most of all was to just keep away from small story gossip stuff. And just keep out of people's trivia.
Sort of thing,
Keep out of people's trivia, and then you don't have to. But people come to you with an actual problem, you can deal with it. Full compassion, full love, full wisdom to help you out there. but not to get in like, is she doing that? It's like, I want to keep out of that altogether because I want my focus to be much more where I want it to be. So I choose to be single at the moment, and I choose to be living here at the moment without too much cultural interference.
Yeah, cool.
I can actually choose my cultural interference. That's my interference-ometer. I can choose whichever way I want to go with that thing.
It's amazing.
I can research anything. I can get an answer to anything. Anything I want to know, I can see it, how to do it, what to, anything, man. That is such a resource. For a mind like mine that doesn't have any ever satisfaction with anything, always wants to know the next bit, like why didn't
then what happened?
He's addicted to global gossip.
Then what happened?
Gossip, man.
Then what happened?
Get into global gossip, man. Developments of the news, everything.
Go to Daily Strength.
What's that?
Spend an hour at Daily Strength.
What's Daily Strength? A website?
Spend an hour there. I won't tell you anything about it, but if you go there,
I'll write it down.
You'll find something.
I'm not doing anything right now, but Daily Strength.
DailyStrength.com. Yeah, .com or .net or something, but you'll find.
But just put in Google.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of here you've given me already.
Believe me, you will get.
I can give you ones on
you will get feedback on
what's
what
that
you're
again?
doing.
Say again.
Daily Strength.
The or just Daily?
Just Daily Strength. Yeah. It's amazing.
One word. DAILYSTRENGTH.
Yeah. I've recommended it to Eddie.
Okay, I'll go into that.
I made some good
I got some research to do there. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
That's what we can do for each other. We can have a piece of paper like this, which you keep in our wallet, or like a little card. Here is my favorite links. Here's my address. Go to all these links and then talk to me.
Yeah, get some background.
Don't talk to me till you've checked all the links out, because otherwise we won't know what we're talking about. No point in me arguing with somebody about some silly shit.
There's your idea. That is your idea in a nutshell.
Yeah. Because I no longer want to argue with people who take the government line over 9/11, man. I don't want to even talk with them because it's so fucking stupid. It's like flat earthing to say that was hit by a commercial airliners and they all collapsed on them because of the heat and fire. It's a complete fucking fabrication. And that is the level at which I don't need to argue with anybody anymore. I'm tired of that argument. It's obvious that that's the truth. That Jesus Christ is a complete mythological character who's really the sun moving through the sky, and that is just
people make it up as they go along.
Archaya, who wrote that book, the Christ Conspiracy, the greatest story ever sold. She is absolutely clear about the whole thing. She doesn't want to talk to anyone on her website that still wants to argue about the physical existence of this mythical man called Jesus Christ. She doesn't even want to know about it because she knows perfectly well through all her research that there is never anybody such called. And on this planet, it's all a complete myth.
Do you have feelings about having a spirit or a soul, or is that too personal?
Oh,
now you're going into difficult territory, man.
Can I make that territory very simple and funny? It's basically whether you accept that you're just going to die and go into the earth and disappear, or whether you want to believe in an afterlife.
I think it's a red herring, to be quite honest.
What
you do is you live your life right now as though every day you're going to experience heaven and earth, and if you do that, you will your mortality will end when it's supposed to end. It will end in a beautiful way. If you are afraid of death and you're afraid of that outcome, you will never be happy the way you are, because you will always be putting up barriers against experience. And the greatest death philosophers have always said that it's not a bad experience. It's not.
Well,
we just pass into beautiful states beyond that, and I don't know what happens then. I don't know. Nobody does. Anybody can say that they do know. Sorry.
I'll tell you something. You just said what my psychotherapist should have said at the last meeting. Right.
You have a psychotherapist?
I go and see a shrink at least once a month.
They're not shrinks. They're good.
Yeah, well,
Shrinks are like
he's good people.
psychiatrists
Yeah,
and psychologists.
yeah.
People with things behind their head when you go into their office and they sit behind a big leather desk and they say, you've been sent to me by your wife who claims that you've been beating her up. Would you like to elaborate on that? No, it's all complete nonsense. Well, you know, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Those are the ones I don't like at all. But psychotherapists, I am a psychotherapist. I was trained as a psychotherapist in several different disciplines, but I'm not been practicing for a long time. I had a practice in London in Battersea. Yeah.
But see, that's what that's what you're saying. You're filling in the gaps. what basically we were talking about there?
About psychotherapy. You were saying about your psychotherapist.
I was saying that something you said there about the gap between fearing, something about the fearing. You go into the fear mode of believing that your mortal remains will just disappear and that will be you done, and this is it. This is as good as it gets, sort of thing. That's accepting it in one way, or accepting it in another way where you think every day is beautiful. But like you say, even you know yourself, when you wake up here in winter and that sky is grey and there's no one around, you can actually start to feel the alternative, which is I'm gonna go cold into my grave and no one's ever gonna know. I'm even here on this earth. You want to mean something to the earth. You want to make a difference to the earth, you know. You want to.
It's starting to sound like a Michael Jackson
Bring
song.
more biodiversity. Bring more biodiversity.
Make it a better place for you and for me and the entire universe. There's a thing we're saying, and it's not.
How do you know that?
Michael Jackson, man. I grew up Michael Jackson. I was the Jackson 5 was the first record I bought.
There's going to be an argument.
God, man, don't bring him in.
No.
I'll tell you something.
Super freak.
I'll tell you something about Michael Jackson.
No, please. Well, I hope it's not enlightening.
It's not enlightening at all. It's just basically
it's disgusting.
The abused becoming the abuser, but taking it to the next level. And obviously, he paid $20 million to keep his name out of court.
Hey, Phil. Hi, Philip.
How you doing?
Oh, he did one. How's things?
We have been to bed and got up.
In the same place.
Can I have some of the leftovers?
Yeah, of course you can, man. I haven't eaten anything today at all.
Why?
Because I just have forgotten to do so.
It's the bigger the lie, obviously. The bigger the lie, the more people will believe it.
No, that's not true. At 6 o'clock I had a meal. Sorry.
I'm saying you
bigger the lie,
the bigger the lie, the more people will believe it.
Yeah, that does happen. Because you completely create this illusion. You have to create the illusion first.
Yeah.
9/11 was a very bad movie, very badly done.
Santa Claus was the same. Santa Claus was the 9/11 of the past. You know, it was an invention made by people to actually get people on the idea that there was some mythical creature that's benevolently going around to people who've been good. There's conditions.
Don't speak about Santa Claus till you've seen this film, which goes into the whole Santa Claus mythology in Finland. Northern Finland, he was the mushroom shaman. And what happened was actually he collected all the mushrooms and he had them in a big sack. And at Christmas time, everybody, it was solstice, so he would deliver the mushrooms. But the way he brought them was always because the yurts were totally covered in snow. And people were inside. And the only way in was down through the hole in the roof of the yurt. So everybody that visited the yurt in the middle of the winter when the snow was completely, would come in through the roof and out through the roof. Because there's a big hole in the yurt, right? And they all live in yurts, and that's the only way in and out in the snow. And he would come in and he'd deliver the mushrooms, which would be, he would put them in the stockings above the fire.
That's why they were dried mushrooms, because when he was coming down the chimney, they got a bit dried out on the way down.
He'd already dried them out, and it wasn't a chimney.
Oh yeah.
It's just a hole. with a ladder.
Oh, he had a ladder. He didn't jump.
Oh no, everybody went in and out that way.
No, because I was thinking if he jumped, he would have fucking fallen straight into the fire. Like.
Yeah, you would have done.
And that would have dried the mushrooms out. Was saying, these are nice dried.
Yeah. But what he did was there was a fireplace in, I suppose, or something, but the stockings were hanging up. And this was where he put the mushrooms into the stockings so that they were round the fire. And he'd fill all the stockings with the mushrooms and then go out the roof again. And in the morning everyone would come down and there was there.
Was that your own theory?
No, that's on that film, the pharmacratic Inquisition. And it's all researched. I'm just saying that, but that's what they're research.
No,
They've been researching into the mythology of the of the red and white mushroom.
Yeah, that's what I thought those ones were.
When they drink the piss of the reindeer, and the reindeer, when they drink the amanita, the mushroom here, this is the amanita. When they drink the piss, they go flying through the sky.
Princess Monococo. It was the deer, the Japanese cartoon.
I don't know Princess.
Didn't you see the deer god? The deer goddess who. She was part of the ambient. She was part of the earth. But when someone came to destroy the forest, she would awaken and send the trees to defend themselves. The trees would just destroy anything that come near them. Although they had a herd of wild boars that grew to enormous sizes. It was an amazing mythical thing. You've got to see that. You can see it on the internet.
Yeah.
Princess Monococo, and it's about the reindeer and the.
I've got this whole list of things. Princess Monococo.
Yeah.
How you
Watch
doing,
that,
Bill?
man.
You had a
Watch
good
that.
day.
Yeah.
I've seen it 20 times, right? I've watched it over and over, and you see each representation of humanity within that, right across the spectrum, and in nature as well.
Okay, is it Coco K-O-K-O or C-O-C-O?
Monococo, yeah, that's it.
It's K-O-K-O.
Yeah. Japanese, because they've done some amazing stuff, Japanese cartoons, man. Fantastic stuff. The Matrix came off of a Japanese cartoon, do you know that?
No. I saw The Matrix, I saw all three of them.
Yeah.
I liked it actually, because I do think that is what's going
Icon?
on.
Yeah,
You know,
Icon.
like, we do have the information to unprogram ourselves, and that's what I think we have to focus on. I have to focus on myself. That's why I'm up here on this mountaintop, to deprogram myself from the mainstream thinking.
That's true.
So I'm not thinking the way they're thinking, and when I come across it, I can get a really good picture of it, because I can see how they're trying to create a reality for me. It's meaningless. You look at all the newspapers, they're meaningless. Everything inside it is meaningless, man. News about conflicts and meaningless
bros,
stuff.
headline,
blah.
headlines,
Completely blah,
catchword,
bland, inconsequential, unintelligent evaluations of a picture of reality that bears no resemblance to real life at all.
And you get the odd story. A man won 25 million on the lottery. Said he wasn't going to change his life a bit.
Yeah. Buys new washing machine. Says that's the last thing he's going to buy. 2 years later, he's hauled off the sidewalk for multiple murder of relatives trying to murder him for the money that he murdered somebody else for. And all his sons have gone completely ballistic on drugs. And they're big heavyweights from some Dublin suburb. You know, they're massive guys, and they've all gone berserk on motor bicycles and big bucking Mercedes cars and smashing into everything and causing mayhem all over Dublin.
The knock-on effect, isn't it?
Yeah. And she's sitting there in the room, sort of like dolled up to the eyeballs with 25 plastic surgery procedures and bouffant hairstyles and all kind of looking worse than. I don't know where they get these people, but like they somehow, and they make them into these
dolls. They look like
dolls. But anyway, I would like to.
You see Nicole Kidman's face.
I would be
recently,
complete.
like that.
I really would do that actually. If I won $1 million on the lotto, I certainly put it to. I would love to get that, man. I would love to do that.
What me and Terry
spend $1 million on something really good.
You wouldn't get an arse job or anything.
No,
Terry.
I get my dome up, man.
Me and you-
Wind generators.
Me and you were talking about this. We were saying I'm going to get a actual size photograph of myself when I was a teenager and cut it out and wear it as a mask.
He's got a whole website. Oh, where's it got to?
Who wants a game? Anyone want a game?
All right. All right.
Do you want to be whites or blacks?
Oh no, we'll do the traditional one. Where is it?
Shannon.
Clearance. Oh, it's gone to Shannon. That's 2 days from now. 3 days. All right. So you're all right. You've still got plenty anyway.
I'm on my third tin now.
You're not.
I am.
You madman. I haven't even got halfway through my first tin. I'm doing it twice a day. You can't.
But you only
do it.
take one spoon each time, or what?
1.5 tablespoons.
Big one.
Not the really big one. Tablespoon. Yeah.
Well, I'm not eating much else. Just salad, a little bit.
Yeah, that's good. Brilliant. Brilliant. Change your life, you see, because how long is it your blood? And your entire blood is
28 days.
28 days, yeah. Your entire blood supply is renewed in 28 days.
So you can clean it in 28
This
days.
is what the moon cycle is. It's completely new. All
every
the old blood cells,
Yeah.
the entire blood system is new every month. The old blood is
Renewed.
whatever happens to it.
Your whole body over 7 years.
7 years.
It's
7
completely
years.
different.
But your brain is longer. Brain cells take an awful long time, and they probably don't regenerate once you knock them out.
Yeah.
I've done a good
Feel
job.
like
of
it's
that.
like
I lost millions.
I haven't got any left to
Billions?
knock out, man. They've all gone.
You've got 4 left.
Right, 4 brain cells left.
No, you've
Make
just
the most
you've
of
just
it,
got the
like.
essential ones, you know.
Yeah, the ones that just keep you focused.
Forward, backwards, left and right, like
Yes,
autopilot.
no, but that's not funny, man. Because I know some people like that, and it's not funny.
Ozzy Osbourne's one of them.
Ozzy Osbourne's one of them. And George Bush was another. George Bush just wasn't there.
Yeah, he was a weird guy, man.
We have to put it up on something. Well, I'm not sure.
You got a little table there.
Take one of them chairs, I'm trying.
What I had before was that thing beside the cooker, which is just a little safe thing.
Yeah.
And you put that across here and it works. That thing there.
This thing here?
Yeah, there's nothing in it. Was a bit nice.
It's like an old bread bin or something.
Yeah. It's a safe to keep rats on.
Oh, that's good.
It's got a few nuts in it. Oh, like that, right,
Is that
okay.
what you're thinking?
No, I was thinking of lower down, that's too high for me.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like that. What about that? That's how we did it before.
Yeah, shift feet.
I'm going to get absolutely slow at it.
No, believe me. It's
Okay, so we do this one.
Right. Okay.
We do this really quickly. Oh, sorry.
That's the only ashtray I've got.
Oh.
Okay. I've got the first move.
It looks like it's sloping down that way a bit, but that's probably I can get used to that.
Is that funny?
I can probably get used to that.
A really rubbish player in action.
No.
I bet I can lose to you.
That was
psychological.
D7 to D6. You gotta call your move out so we can recreate it from the recording. In fact, unless you want me to film it, do you want me to film the game?
Oh, you're filming this at the
Yeah,
moment?
this thing here.
Oh.
Well, I
No,
turn it
wouldn't
off.
bother, man. I wouldn't bother.
I turn it off, yeah.
Yeah.